Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. DSS told to investigate, arrest Sheikh Gumi. DSS told to investigate, arrest Sheikh Gumi. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. A civil society organization, the Coalition for Peace in Nigeria, COPIN, has called on the Department of State Services, DSS, to, as a matter of urgent national importance, arrest a Kaduna-based Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmad Abubakar Gumi, over alleged romance with bandit Tērrørīst. According to COPIN, Gumi should ordinarily be a person of interest, considering his open fraternity with bandits and kidnappers threatening national security, as well as his persistent call on the federal government to grant the terror element amnesty. In a statement jointly signed by the national coordinator, pharmacist Emeka Akwobi, and Ajia Fati Yakub, national secretary, the peace advocacy group said Gumi has a lot of explanations to offer on the activities of bandits, especially those operating within the Northwest General Area. While commending the Secret Service on the professional manner it has handled the arrest of an acclaimed kidnapped Abuja-Kaduna train passenger Negotiator to Komamu, the group insisted on the immediate arrest, interrogation and prosecution of the Islamic scholar. This is more so that Mamu, the bandit negotiator, is the undisputed spokesperson for the Kaduna-based influential Islamic cleric, Kopin said in the statement. The group further noted that apprehension of Gumi is fundamental to a peaceful election, considering the fact that it will provide the service with credible, actionable intelligence on the actual locations and modus operandi of the terrorists, culminating in their arrest. The group threatened to organize a peaceful protest in Abuja and other cities should the intelligence agency fail to invite Gumi for interview. The statement reads in full, "We have watched with keen interest the provocative tendencies of Sheikh Gumi, especially as they relate to the activities of bandits, terrorists operating within the North-West General Area. We note with concern Gumi's call for grant of amnesty to terrorists who have killed and maimed thousands of unarmed civilians, including women and children. Of particular interest is the kidnap of over 100 Abuja-Kaduna train passengers by the terrorists in April this year, many of whom are still being held under terrible conditions. As a peace advocacy group, we condemn all these evil acts perpetrated by the terror group and other enemies of states operating under whatever name, as we insist that nobody or group has the right to take arms against the state regardless of their grievances. Consequently, we demand the immediate arrest and interrogation of Gumi, who, by now, should be a person of interest to all intelligence and law enforcement agencies. We will not hesitate to mobilize for peaceful protest in strategic cities, including Abuja if the DSS fail to invite the Islamic cleric for interview on all he knows about bandits, terrorists holding the northwest state and part of north central to ransom. Finally, we wish to commend the DSS over the way and manner they have continued to handle Gumi spokesman and negotiator Tukomamu since he was returned to the country from Cairo, Egypt last week. We say the decision to approach a federal high court in Abuja for permission to hold him for a certain period pending conclusion of investigation shows that the DSS is a law-abiding agency. A civil society organization, the Coalition for Peace in Nigeria, COPIN, has called on the Department of State Services, DSS2, as a matter of urgent national importance, arrest a Kaduna-based Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, Abubakar Gumi, over alleged romance with bandit terrorists. According to Copin, Gumi should ordinarily be a person of interest, considering his open fraternity with bandits and kidnappers threatening national security, as well as his persistent call on the federal government to grant the terror element amnesty. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the